hard surface, but it appears to be very cohesive material of the same sort. I'll try to get a rock in here. A couple.
Again, the reason he moved away was they wanted to get as far as they could away from where the descent engine put out its plume and disturbed the surface of the moon. And they want to get as pure a sample.
Beautiful video. It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here. Be advised that a lot of the rock samples out here, the hard rock samples, have what appear to be vesicles in the surface. Also, I'm looking at one now that appears to have some sort of phenocryst.
Houston, roger out.
Here's a precise.
Okay, the handle is off the... it pushes in about 6 to 8 inches into the surface. Like it's pretty easy to... It is. It's, I'm sure I could push it in farther, but it's hard for me to bend down farther than that. Now you could throw so far. You can really throw things a long way up here.
Precise quotation of the first words spoken by a man on the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
My pocket open, bud? Yes, it is. It's not up against your suit, though. Hit it back once more. More toward the inside. Okay, that's good.
The TV camera
Right in the pocket? Yeah, push down.
fixed in this position for the time being.
Not all the way in. Push it.
In a few moments, he's going to take it off and mount it on a tripod away from the spacecraft, and so we should get a little better look.
The sample is in the pocket. My oxygen is 81%. I have no flags, and I'm in minimum flow. This is Houston, or Roger Neil.
He's in good condition.
Okay, I got the camera going at 1 frame a second. Okay. And I've got 80%, no flags. Good. Are you getting a TV picture now, Houston?
Neil, yes, we are getting a TV picture. Neil, this is Houston. We're getting a picture. You're not in at the present time. We can see the bag on the LEC being moved by Buzz, though. Here you come into our field of view.
Oh, let me move that over the edge for you. Okay, ready for me to come out? Yeah, just stand by a second. I'll move this over the handrail.
Well, he's moving with a great deal more confidence than he did initially. He's bouncing around now.
That's how you move when you lose 5/6 of your weight.
You're right. But not nearly as gingerly as at first.
Okay. All right, that's got it. Are you ready? All set.
And now Armstrong will make pictures of Aldrin as he comes down the ladder with the camera, and we'll see it from the other
difficulties
camera.
I was having. I'll try to watch your bliss from underneath here.
It really gets around with remarkable ease.
You know, they had prepared for all sorts of problems. Falling down, not being able to get up, not being able to get enough traction to move around, to start or stop.
All right, the backup camera is position. Okay, your bliss looks like it's clear and okay. The toes are about to come over the sill. Okay, now drop your bliss down. There you go, you're clear. And laterally you're good. Got an inch clearance on top your bliss. Okay, you need a little bit of arching of the back to come down. How far are my feet from the... Okay, you're right at the edge of the porch. Okay. Back in from... Small little foot movement. Porch. Arching of the back. Moment comes up and clears the bulkhead without any trouble at all. Looks good.
Armstrong returning the favor now and helping Aldrin position himself as he comes out the hatch.
45 minutes PLSS time expended.
I have to come down the ladder and
Neil, this is Houston.
Join him
Based
on
on
the
your
move.
camera transfer with the LEC, do you foresee any difficulties in SRC transfer over? Difficulties in SRC?
Negative.
Oh, that's the sample return containers, the rock boxes that Capcom...
Now I want to back up and partially close the hatch.
he was asking Armstrong if the device they used to lower the camera worked well enough to suggest they would have little or no trouble getting the rocks back up, and the answer was no problem.
Particularly good thought. That's our home for the next couple hours. We want to take good care of it. Okay, I'm on the top step, and I can look down over the RCU and landing gear pad. It's a very simple matter to hop down from one step to the next. Yes, I found it to be very comfortable, and walking is also very comfortable. You've got 3 more steps and then a long one. Okay, I'm going to leave that 1 foot up there and both hands down about the 4th rung up. There you go.
And he jumped down.
Okay, now I think I'll do the same.
And the second man is on the moon.
A little more. About another inch. There, you got it? That's a good step. Yeah. About a 3-footer. Beautiful view. Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here. Magnificent desolation.
Both PLSS is nominal on consumables.
Looks like the secondary strut have little thermal effects on it right here, Neil. Yeah, I noticed that. Seems to be the worst, although similar effects are on all around. Well, it's very fine powder, isn't it? Isn't That's fine. Right in this area, I don't think there's much of any fine powder. Some clouds together, and it's hard to tell whether it's a cloud or a rock. Now you can pick it out. Yeah, and it bounces and then...
This television picture is going over most of the world. We've just got a report from Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Romania that the picture quality there is very good. And
Reaching down, fairly easy. Got my suit 30 at this stage. The mass of the backpack does have some effect in inertia. There's a slight tendency I can see now to backwards due to the soft, very soft texture. Oh, you're standing on a rock, big rock there now. Sure didn't. No, it didn't. That's no crater there at all from the engine. No. I wonder if that right under the engine is where probe might hit. I'd like that. Yeah, I think that's a good representation of our sideward velocity of touchdown. That hold at the probe. I'll see that probe over on the minus Y strut. Open off and bent back up. That did, didn't it? Other two both bent over. Can't say too much for the visibility right here without the visor up. Pretty dark. It looks like there's a surface of a flat, rounded rock. And incidentally, these rocks, very powdery surface.
Say again, please, Buzz. You're cutting out.
And just please, Buzz. I say that the rocks are rather slippery.
Roger.
Very powdery surface. When it's on there, it's fill up all the very little fine porises. They'll tend to slide over it rather easily.
He's now doing a little work with the camera, taking the heat protection.
Neil Armstrong getting ready to move the TV camera now out to its panorama position.
Traction seems quite good. Picture area. Start to lose my balance in one direction, and recovery is quite natural and very easy. And moving your arms around, Jack doesn't go off the surface. Not quite that light-footed. And I have the insulation off the Mesa now. The Mesa seems to be in good shape. You have to be careful that you're leaning in the direction you want to go, otherwise you slightly in 8 feet. Or you have to cross your foot over to stay underneath where your center of mass is. Hey Neil, didn't I say we might see some purple rocks? Find the purple rocks? Yep. Very small, sparkly fragments are the rock. They're like they on in places. But make a first guess at some sort of biotite. Leave that to the further analysis. While compacts underneath. No, I said you don't sink down more than a quarter of an inch.
It's perhaps worth noting again that Armstrong and Aldrin have to communicate with each other by radio. If they did not have radio, they couldn't hear themselves because there is no air on the moon to carry the sound waves.
Okay, Houston, I'm going to change lenses on you.
Roger, Neil.
Life support consumables still looking good.
And while we have this little break here, David, we're getting more picture than NASA said we would. You know, they said we get about a half the screen.
Okay, Houston, tell me.
We're getting full screen.
Well over half screen.
Neil, this is Houston. That's affirmative. We're getting a new picture. You can tell it's a longer focal length lens. And for your information, all LEM systems are go. Over. For your information, all LEM.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
The two of them have moved back near the ladder, and this is a lens that takes a little closer picture. A little bit more of a close-up. You can really see the vivid contrast between the shadows and the lighted area on the moon.
Neil is now unveiling the plaque that is.
Roger, we got you four-sided, but back to one side.
Four-sided. For those who haven't read the plaque, we'll read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this LEM. There's two hemispheres, one showing each of the two hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. It came in peace for all mankind." It has the crew members' signatures and the signature of the President of the United States. Ready for the camera? I'll get it. There, you're taking TV on now. That's the LEC there. Now, I'm afraid these hard materials are going to get dusty. how good your lens is, but if you can touches above. Very much like a very finely powdered carbon, but pretty looking. Could you pull out some of my cable for me, bud? Houston, how close are you able to get things in focus?
This is Houston. We can see Buzz's right hand. It's somewhat out of focus. I'd say we were focusing down to probably about 8 inches to a foot behind the position of his hand when he was pulling out the cable.
Okay, how's the temperature looking there? Temperature of the camera is showing cold. I'm a little cool, I think I'll take I'm on intermediate now, Houston, and I show 3.78. No flag, 74.
Houston, roger out.
And we'll probably need a little just a back location television camera.
He's walking along now with the camera in his hand. He will set it up about 30 or 35 feet from the limb and point it back toward it and give us a wider area of coverage.
Look at the minus.
And you can see the circular horizon of the moon.
The travel there. Traveling from right to left. Right. So this one over here underneath the SN for the probe first hit. Minus my probe first hit. I got plenty of cable. You got plenty more.
They say for a man of about 6 feet height, if there's no obstruction in the way, the horizon's about 2 miles away for him.
Something interesting in the bottom of this little crater here. Maybe I keep going. We got a lot more. Okay. Getting a little harder to pull out here.
If you stand on the ladder facing forward, the minus Y strut is the landing gear to your left.
Hey, I am, Buzz. 40, 50 feet. Why don't you turn around and let them get a view from there and see what the field of view looks like. Go back and into the cable. Okay. Turn around to your right, be better. I don't want to go into the sun if I can avoid it. That's right, yeah. Just leave it. All right, let it sit like that and walk around it. Houston, how's that field of view going to be? Pick up the mesa far away? Good.
Neil, this is Houston. The field of view is okay. We'd like you to aim it a little bit more to the right, over.
Okay. Okay, that's all the cable we have. All the way out. We'll start working on the shoulder.
A little bit too much to the right. Can you bring it back left about 4 or 5 degrees? Okay, that looks good, Neil.
Hey, that looks good, Neil. Okay, now, think I ought to be farther away or closer? Can't get too much further away. Let's try it like that for a while. I'll get a couple panoramas with it here.
Roger, you look okay as far as distance goes, Neil, and we'll line you up again when you finish the panorama. You're going too fast on the panorama sweep. You're going to have to stop for...
I haven't stopped. I haven't set it down yet. That's the first picture in the panorama. Right there.
Roger.
I see what he means about it having a stark beauty of its own. It is pretty.
Just northeast. Tell me if you got a picture, Houston.
Well, we've got a beautiful picture, Neil.
Okay, I'm going to move it.
Okay, there's another good one.
Something on the horizon.
Okay, we got that one.
Okay, now this one's right down sun, straight west. And I want to know if you can see an angular rock in the foreground.
Roger, we have a large angular rock in the foreground, and looks like a much smaller rock a couple of inches to the left of it. Over.
Right, and then on beyond it about 10 feet is an even larger rock that's very rounded. That rock is about, the closest one to you is about sticking out of the sand about 1 foot. It's about 1.5 feet long, and it's about 6 inches thick, but it's standing on edge.
Roger.
But nothing to knock it over.
Okay, Neil, I've got the table out. Got a bag deployed.
We got this view, Neil.
I know what that is.
Straight south.
Roger, and we see the shadow of the limb.
Ah.
And the hill, Roger, the little hill just beyond the shadow of the limb is a pair of elongate craters. Probably the pair together is 40 feet long and 20 feet across, and they're probably 6 feet deep. We'll probably get some more work in there later.
Roger, and we see Buzz going about his work.
How's that for a final?
For a final orientation, we'd like it to come left about 5 degrees. Over. Back to the right about half as much.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good there, Neil.
The reason they're being a little fussy about the positioning of this is they have certain areas plotted where they're supposed to put these scientific experiments in place, and they want to be able to get pictures.
1 hour, 7 minutes time expended. The other thing is, Frank, they don't have a viewfinder on their camera, so the ground has to tell them which way to point it.
Mm-hmm. That's Armstrong going there. Let's watch him walk now.
Okay, you can make a mark, Houston.
Roger, slow and...
And incidentally, you can use the shadow that the staff makes to getting it perpendicular.
Buzz is erecting the solar wind experiment now.
Aldrin in the background, Armstrong in the foreground.
Some of these small depressions, they pop, and you tend to think, oh, maybe 2 or 3 inches. I can suggest exactly what the air pictures showed when they pushed away a little bit. You could force transmitted through the upper surface of the soil, and about 5 or 6 inches away, it breaks loose and moves as if it were caked on the surface, when in fact it really isn't. I noticed in the soft spots where we have footprints nearly an inch deep that the soil is very cohesive, and it will retain a slope of probably 70 degrees on the side of the footprint.
It will retain those footprints for an awful long time. It's a little like they were at the end of a rope, a mountain climber scaling up the side. They sort of float and bounce and slither along.
System's still looking good.
That picture will appear in every history of our time.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's next. Did it come off? Oh, did I get the number? Get that part? Go out here with up to the rock here.
They're running just about where they wanted to be on their time expenditure, timeline as they call it.
You'll have to extend that one.
Maybe running a little bit ahead of it.
Columbia, this is Houston, ALS, over. Houston, ALS, over.
We've all seen that picture in science fiction stories, books, magazines. Almost exactly as it appears in reality.
Now almost 45 minutes.
All our lives.
Next time, I don't have to come in. Houston, Columbia on the high gain, over.
Columbia, this is Houston, reading you loud and clear, over.
Yeah, this is Houston reading. Yeah, radio loud and clear. How's it going?
Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully. I believe they're setting up the flag now.
Great.
That's a conversation with
I guess you're
Collins.
about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
That's all right, I don't mind a bit. How is the quality of the TV?
Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
Oh, geez, that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent?
Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface.
Beautiful, just beautiful.